Alright, so this one, if you're confused on this one, you might want to go back and watch the video for number 3, because it kind of gives us a little bit of an idea of how to do this. I'm not going to go through quite as many details when I do this. So it tells me that I have zeros of plus or minus 2, which I've noted on my graph right there. And that means that I need to do synthetic division with the 2 and with the negative 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and write my 2. Go like this. And I'm going to divide it into this guy. To do that, my synthetic division is to do, I do 1 and the coefficient. So 2 minus 19 minus 8 and then 60. I did decide intentionally to do this one first because I want to make my operations as easy as possible, and if I can do this one first, then I'm going to be doing more multiplication with a positive number. The next one I'm going to use a negative 2. Anyway, so I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to drop this down. I get a 1. And I multiply 1 by this. Gives me 2. Now I add the 2 and the 2 here. That gives me 4. I multiply the 4 by this. That gives me 8. Add the negative 19 and the 8. That gives me negative 11. Multiply by the 2. That gives me negative 22. Add, I get negative 30. Multiply the negative 30 by this. I get negative 60, which is good. I want it to be that so that I can get 0 here. Now, I could go and write out what that thing does, but I'm just going to redivide it by the negative 2 because that's the other 0 that they gave me. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do synthetic division with that. So I'm going to go negative 2, and then I'm just going to pull the coefficients from the last line. So I get 1, 4, negative 11, and then 30. Give myself a little bit more space. So from here, draw my line, drop my number 1, multiply by negative 2. I get negative 2. Add, I get 2. Multiply by negative 2, I get negative, 4. Add, I get negative 15. Multiply by negative 2. Whoops. This is a minus 30, sorry. Didn't copy it right from the previous line. Multiply by that, I get a positive 30, which cancels that out and gives me a 0. So this right here tells me x squared minus or plus 2x minus 15, which comes, when I factor it, the whole point is so that I can get down to something that's factorable, to x plus 5 times x minus 3. Is that right? Yeah. So now I can go back up to my graph, and I just need to add these last two zeros, so I'll go back to blue. So this guy gives me a 0 at negative 5, so I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5 is here. And then this guy gives me a 0 at 3, so I get another dot, another solid dot there. Mother function is an x to the 4th. It's positive, so it looks like a w. So I'm going to go and fill that in like so. Should make that look a little bit closer. You should at least, to this 0 right there. And now I need to label the y-intercept. I can do that very easily by simply looking at that guy. So it is positive 60. And that's all for number 4.